Awesome. All right. Well, I am super excited for tonight. I have asked a few leaders on my team in their like sweet spot area right now where their teams are rocking it to share some tips with you guys, some practical tips. We all know by now about the Leaders Retreat cruise, right? In November. Like, so fun, you guys. A cruise for two people that you can earn for free. Like, you're going to get to go on this cruise, all your food, everything. Like, for you and your whoever, one person you get to bring with you. So fun. I'm pumped. I can't wait. So if you haven't heard about the cruise, get with it and hear about the cruise because it's a big deal. And if you're thinking in your head, like, oh, I don't know if I can earn the cruise, like, can I earn the cruise? You can earn the cruise 1000%. I've mapped out people all week this week, and I've mapped out people who are just starting. I've mapped out silvers, golds, senior golds, rubies, all the way up. I've mapped out myself as a sapphire to earn the cruise, and it's the same for all of us. So if you are in your mind thinking you can't earn the cruise, like, get that out of your mind. Get something. This is something that I had printed out for my team, but get some way for you to record your activity that you're doing to hold you accountable to earn the cruise. We've got to be in daily activity to earn this cruise. That's my number one tip. And so get in activity, find a way to record your activity to hold yourself accountable, find a partner to hold yourself accountable with, something like that to make it happen. But I want to get started because I want to respect everyone's time. So Ashley Westberg is going to share a little bit with us on some tips for recruitment. This cruise is all about recruiting, retaining our people, and duplicating. That is what we are rewarded for. That's what we're rewarded for in our business. That's what we're paid to do, right? Recruit new people, retain our people, and duplicate. And so Ashley is going to share some tips on recruitment with us. Ashley's been with Plexus 3.5 years, and she consistently recruits 3 to 6 new people every single month. I think, have you earned like every prize ever possible? No, pretty much. I think
No, not every. No.
Yeah, but most of them. Okay, like
A lot of them.
she consistently recruits. She's been through her warm market, right? If you've had that thought, she's 3.5 years in and she's still doing it. She's been through her warm market. She's still here doing it. She's still showing up and recruiting. So let's hear it, Ashley. Share all your wisdom with us. I told her she was the recruitment expert and she didn't like being called that, but
Yeah.
she's got some knowledge to share with us.
Well, thank you. So yes, I have been with Plexus for over 3.5 years now. And I think the thing that I go back to the most is Bob Heilig and the red light story. I think we all get into, especially when we don't have a whole lot of people that, like, you start off the month and you're like super excited because you know that they're going to sign that month. You know, you all like, I feel like there's so many months where you're like, okay, I did work all month long last month and I got people. Yeah, that's great. But like this month, I feel like I'm starting with nothing. And so then I think it's really super easy to start telling yourself the stories of, okay, I've already gone through my whole warm market. Now I'm going to have to start like adding people to Facebook and start talking to them right away and start asking them about Plexus and just get into this like narrative in your mind again of, you know, here I am again. And if you can get those thoughts out of your mind and just get back to the basics of what we're doing and the gift that we have and start sharing in a way of, you know, maybe not bringing up Plexus right away and maybe not, you know, focusing on that, but just getting back to the point of just being a really good friend, like really focusing on talking to people and touching people's lives in a way of just acknowledging like, hey, I saw that this went on in your life, you know, how are you doing or whatever, and just being authentic and talk to people like you would if you were hanging out or, you know, walking through the grocery store and you happen to bump into a friend or somebody that you know, used to know well. And I think just really refocusing on just being good people is really, really helpful. And gets me out of like those scary moments in my head where I'm like, I got no one this week to work on or this month to work on. So that has been super helpful for me. I have really noticed that I've really been working on like trying to take signs and like pick up like little nudges from, for me it's nudges from God, and I believe that like when somebody comes to your mind there's a reason. And so because there's a lot of people I feel like on Facebook that like I'm like, okay, how am I going to start a conversation with them? Like I want to be authentic. I don't want it to be feel forced or feel like they're like, oh, I know what she's coming with. Like I see her talk about plexus. When is she going to lay that one out on me? So instead of getting those ideas in my mind, when somebody comes to my heart, I'm like, okay, so I just saw a black car that drove by and it looks just like Corey's. Okay, I'm going to message Corey and just like chat with her, talk to her and stuff. And so then when I bring up plexus, it doesn't feel inauthentic, or it doesn't feel like something that I feel slimy or gross about, because she came to my mind and there's a reason. And I do believe that God puts people on your heart at certain times for certain reasons. And yeah, sometimes it's to sign them up with plexus, but other times it's like, yeah, actually I had to say goodbye to my dad today. And you're like, what? Like what? So I think just realizing that what we do both with plexus and recruiting and getting people to start the products and fall in love with the products and taking care of them in that way like is such a blessing. But just the idea that we're in this business to take care of people, and if that means signing them up with plexus, great, awesome. But if it means just connecting with them and taking care of their heart in a way, I think that right there is huge. And so then maybe after you've developed that relationship and you're there, in a couple months, they're going to see what we have and see that, we are being authentic and we're really, like I said, taking care of people. And so then they're going to want to try. I can't tell you how many people have like come to me after I've just built a connection and not even asked them about plexus, but it's because I've poured into them and like taking care of that, that heart. So I guess that is one of the things that I really try to focus on lately. And I feel like that was something that I never, like my first 2 years with plexus, I feel like it was all kind of cold messaging. Like it was all like, I didn't pay attention to the heart side of it because that felt inauthentic to me because I wasn't listening. Like I wasn't paying attention to those cues. I was just like, okay, if I just build up this relationship a little bit, then I'm gonna talk to them about plexus. And then most of the time they said no. And then I felt super slimy about it. But I think being more aware of the people that come to your mind or come to your heart or, things like that, I think has really helped my business. I also think that, the whole red light story thing and like convincing yourself that these people wouldn't be interested or wouldn't want it or already are doing this or already are doing that or whatever. I think that has really, like, I have to remind myself of that often. And then also assuming that somebody wouldn't maybe fit along with how I do things, but let's be real, like just because they don't fit along with how I do things exactly doesn't mean that they can't reach and touch and help a whole bunch of people that I couldn't personally help. So I think like welcoming people to your table in a way of, of course I would be kind to the people, but it's like, oh no, I don't think that they would fit in with my team. It's like, why? They can be different than you and bring some really fun stuff to your team. So I think that that's like opening up my mind has been really helpful. And again, listening to those cues that God puts on my heart.
I absolutely love that so much, Ashley. And you do that so well, just loving and taking care of people. And yeah, so good. And it works because you are consistently recruiting every month. So thank you for your tips. I love the reminders to just keep people at the front. Remember, you're talking to people. You're not here to sling a pink drink, right? We're here to change lives. We're here to connect with people, whether we do that, whether they buy plexus today, whether they buy it in 5 years, whether they never buy it. Like we're here for the long run, and people are worth our time. People are worth our heart and that conversation. And so I absolutely love that. Thank you for sharing. Danielle is up next. Danielle is a master at retaining her people. 100%. Danielle takes care of her people. She has I have so much to learn from her, the most fun ideas, and she like just does it and loves on her people so well. So I'm excited to hear some of your tips.
You made me blush and now I'm all nervous. Okay, so customer care for me is probably, I feel like, my strongest area, because it definitely aligns with my personality. I am like, if you would have known me in the classroom, any new staff member, I would have taken the time up front to like coach them and support them so they could do their job well. And so with Plexus, for me, it is no different. Um, First and foremost, I front load my customer care support. Now, I mean, there's a ton of different systems and things that you can follow. There's great info in Rising Jewels and anywhere else. And so you definitely can use those. But for me, it has been keeping it simple, and it has been focusing on the relationship from before they sign up, honestly. And then just continuing to build on that relationship, especially within the first few weeks, the first couple of months of them trying the products. And when I say build a relationship, I don't mean constant Plexus check-in. I mean actually like taking the time to, see what's going on in their lives, following, knowing that they had their daughter's birthday party, send them a message, tell them how cute the cake was, kind of all of those things that we do when we're building relationships with people on media before we reach out to Plexus. I still continue to do those things with my people once they've signed with me, because what I've learned is the stronger I build my relationship with them, the more comfortable they are coming to me when things aren't going well. If their husband lost their job and they have no way to pay for their products, they're more comfortable having that conversation with me because I've been checking in on their life, not just Plexus. So that is the first thing. I always make relationship building first and foremost, and I do not overcomplicate it. I just genuinely put them in my group of people in my circle, like of friends, like I would my friend that I call and talk to every day. No different than that. That does not mean I obsess on following my people all the time. It just means that I make an effort to be checking in on them, seeing what they're doing on social media so I can help them, asking them and having those conversations like, how are things going? Oh my gosh, happy anniversary. What are you guys going to do? Just having real people conversations like you would with any friend. Relationship is key, trust is key. I also really like to use natural events to take it one step further. So every morning I have a habit with my winning day activities of sending birthday messages. Well, if it's someone's birthday that is ordering products from me, I actually take the time to grab one of the dollar store birthday cards that's in my drawer, and I write them a quick happy birthday card and I put it in the mail. I will go as far as I have a few people on my team that they've been good with their products, but they struggle a little bit. And it's not the products, it's their personality. They really definitely struggle with confidence and belief in themselves that they can actually do some of these hard things. And so I will write them a card every 3-4 months saying, you are doing awesome. I am so incredibly proud of you. I'm so glad that this has brought us together, whatever it is. And I put little inspirational, like fun stickers that they can stick on their water bottle. Just doing little things like that has made a world of difference with keeping my people. I will help someone push back their subscription versus push them to keep it on, because I've noticed that if I push them to keep it on, they quit or they just turn it off. So I always try to build up the relationship and that trust so that I can support them in their journey. And I try to do the little things that matches with their personality. It's not a one size fit all. There is not a do this one thing and it will impact everyone in the same way. You really have to take the time to know the person's personality and what is going to touch them in order to build upon that. So not everyone is going to love a $5 gift card to Target. You know what I mean? Someone might appreciate just a quick lunch date more than that. So I take the time, I invest in that. I check in often, and I don't always make it about Plexus, which is exactly what we do with people before we put them on our team. So it makes no sense that we would stop doing that, right? And then last but not least, I invite them to any opportunity. So like the event, I had an event here at my house last Saturday. I literally sent a message to every single person that is on my team that orders product with me, even people that live 5 states away. And I sent them a message saying, oh my gosh, I'm having this event. I totally wish you lived here because I would love to catch up with you. And just so they feel that sense of community, and use events and any other opportunities, even like a live Monday night event where they could come and feel supported in the community. So those are kind of all the things that I do to really try to help my people hang on longer. And it really has worked. I've had very few people that have just ignored me and turned off their subscription and never talked to me. I think I've had one, honestly. Otherwise, I've had really good people stick around, and even people that have quit, I've helped them. I've literally helped them through that process, and I've had 2 people come back to me. And I really think it was because I was open to support them in their struggle in that moment and let them know that, like, it's not about me, it's about them and their health journey, and that is number 1, putting them first. So I hope that answers questions and helps.
So good. Like, so simple, right? We all know this. Danielle, you said the same things Ashley did, right? We're in this for people. We're in this because we care about people and we want to help people. Building relationships with people, being faithful to that. Like, you care about people. You didn't just sign them and now you just like product, right? Like, love it so much. Caring about people, loving on them,
Oh,
and showing up. Yeah, go.
I forgot one thing. Sorry. Can I add one more thing?
Mhm.
Another thing I do with my people that are definitely in that like end of the first month to like the second month, if they've been really eyeballing a product, like, oh, I really want to get active, but I will actually put a stick of that in the mail. I had a lady that really wanted to try the lean, and I took one of my bags out of my reset, put it in the mail to her. So that's a simple way too. Like when you're having those conversations, if they're super interested in something, but they're like, it's not in the budget. If it's something you can send them a sample of, totally do it, because both people ordered it the next month. So that was that's a helper on the business side.
I
Okay.
love that. That's such a good tip. But I love your tip about the stickers. You know those like sticker packs on Amazon? You can get like inspirational stickers. You can get like 50 of them for like $5-10 or something. And
Yes.
throw a couple of those in the mail, and they put them on their water bottle, and they think of you every time they drink like their pink drink. Love it. Such like practical, good ideas. And it's simple, you guys, right? Like all things that we can do. So good. Thank you, Danielle.
You're welcome.
Laura Byron is going to share with us next. Laura is the master of duplication. What I love about, yes, Marissa had a good idea. Hitting up a friend that makes stickers to make some Plexus ones and sending those. That's an awesome idea too. Yeah, I love that. Laura is a master of duplication. What I love about how Laura does this is it's just natural. Like, it's just like this seamless, like, we ask everyone to share just like everyone does. Like, this is what you do. You have a referral link and this is how you use your referral link. And she just like does it and it works, and her team is doing it, and it's super fun to see. So Laura, share a little bit of your tips with us for duplication.
Sounds good. You are too kind. Okay, I'm sitting in my car at the golf course, so hopefully my internet connection is okay. Hopefully I don't get hit with a ball or anything, but it's just so nice out. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, sounds good. So duplication was an area up until about a month ago that I was least focused on. It's something that's very new to me. I have been with Plexus for about, 16 months. I started February of 2022. And it took Ashley probably 18 to 24 months of talking with me about Plexus and reaching out to me totally authentically, totally listening to me. I think Ashley knew my entire health story front to back, but she actually really listened to me. So thank you for not giving up on me, Ashley. So her saying that she wasn't listening with recruiting, she was listening. And Ashley and I went to high school together. We went to high school with Liz too. But I mean, we weren't super close in high school, but Ashley was still reaching out to me like we were really close. Like she authentically cared about me, which I appreciate. So I started the products, shared about like the opportunity with sharing with me. And right away, I absolutely shut it down. That was not something I didn't want anybody to know I was taking the products. I didn't even really want my husband to know I was taking the products. Like sharing it was not going to happen. And so I remember starting the products, and within a few weeks, I was noticing changes in my health. And I remember a voice message from, I think it was from Liz and Ashley. I don't remember. They were both in on it. Just about me hosting and doing a post. And immediately I thought no, but then I was like, okay, I could do this. Like, I think I could do this. It would help people. I can do this. And they listened to my objection. I think I said no right away, and they really listened to that. So I had been using a different MLM company's shakes a few years prior, and it just didn't go well. And so they actually listened to that objection and helped me problem solve through this, right? I'm loving these products. It's totally different. And so they helped me do that, which made it a whole lot more simple, right? And so then probably the biggest things I have found since starting duplicating more is I can't assume. You don't know anybody's story, right? What you see on Facebook or Instagram or social media, that's their highlight reel. You don't know what they're truly suffering with because they're probably not taking pictures of that or posting it. So whether somebody, I mean, we know that these products are for everybody. I mean, there's somebody out there struggling with something. And so these products work. So the biggest thing I have learned is I can't prejudge and I can't assume. So I will say Danielle, who's been with me, I taught with her 13 years ago, and I basically cold messaged her last August, and she signed up, and I don't even remember how I shared about the opportunity, but she hosts an event, and I remember her signing like 8 people in her first week. And I was completely overwhelmed because I didn't know what to do. But Liz and Ashley helped me through that. But I mean, I would have never really even shared about the opportunity with her, but she wanted her products paid for. So Liz and Ashley helped me through that one. But yeah, so she's just been a rock star. And then Linnea, Linnea and I knew each other from working with each other for a short bit of time. And she and I are in currently probably 20 three-way messages. She just is like outgoing and will just keep adding people to three-way messages, and it's great. And so I'm so excited for that. So three-way messages have really helped. And a lot of the messages too were in four-way messages with Ashley, because I mean, that's the beauty of this, is we can ask people for help, because I don't know the in and outs of all the products, but there's somebody that does. And so just asking people for help. And I still get nervous about sharing, but the one thing I have taken away too is when I do share or ask for a shout out post or talk about the opportunity, I don't use the word business, because I think that scares people a little bit right away. So more just usually saying like sharing the opportunity, but so that's helped too. So right away when they get their products, I kind of gauge where they're at. Like, you know, I ask them if they want to learn more about getting their products paid for, or I ask that, you know, just kind of gauging where they're at. I actually started doing a Google form too as soon as they get their products. So it kind of gives me a baseline of where they're at with their symptoms. And then I give them another Google form a few weeks later for detox. And then I have a maintenance form that I just started. But at the bottom of that first Google form is, you know, do you have 3 people that come into mind who are also struggling with that? And then I have at the bottom of that too, if they'd be interested in sharing it all. So that kind of gives me another gauge too. The other thing is I try to get people on the phone as much as possible. I think it's so much easier to talk about the opportunity if you're on the phone or face to face than it is saying it in a message. So yeah, that's just a few takeaways, but I mean, ultimately somebody knows somebody who's struggling with these things. And so I think if we're just really sharing from the heart and trying to keep it as simple as possible, that's really helped. But I'm still learning.
I love it, Laura. Thank you so much.
That's
for
all I
sharing.
got.
So relatable, and you're right. Like I think we overcomplicate it sometimes, right? We make it seem like it's this big thing, and it doesn't need to be. Like it can just be as simple as sharing your referral link with someone and letting them know that they have the opportunity to share and to get their products paid for. So I love how you do that. I love how you do it just so like in a non-threatening way, and you're rocking it and leading your team. And yes, she has Google Forms for like all the things and is the most organized person ever. And I have, oh, this is actually a clean piece of paper, but usually I'm writing on the back of like one of my kids' artworks. So um, everyone can do this, right? Like it does not need, you don't have to have a certain personality. You don't have to have a certain like skill set. These are all skills that we can learn. We got some awesome tips from Ashley on recruitment. Danielle, Sharon, I think me and Laura just became best friends, right? Yeah, Brianna, you two should for sure hook up. You guys would be a great match for each other. Okay, Ashley shared awesome tips for recruitment with us. That is a big part of our Leaders Retreat contest for earning this cruise, recruiting new people. We do that through loving people well, right? If someone comes to your mind, like send them a message. Treat people like people. Don't be a weirdo. Like share these products because you know that they can help other people. Danielle shared awesome tips for retention. Again, all of that focused on just loving people well, taking care of your people, showing up for people, and just caring about them, right? Laura shared some awesome tips about duplication with us. I loved it. Don't be a weirdo. Okay, I'm glad it's your model, Brittany, because I kind of regretted saying it after it came out of my mouth, but I do those things a lot. So don't be a weirdo, okay, guys? Laura shared awesome tips for duplication. Make sure that you're sharing that with your people. We get lots of credits for helping our people rank up and ranking up ourselves. And we rise up, we rank up by helping other people rise up, right? We all rise together, and that's how we do this. So I love that. And like Jordan said at the beginning, like these are 3 of the 4 pillars of our business: recruitment, retention, duplication, and leadership development is the last pillar of our business. And if we're doing those 4 things, like those are the pillars of our business, what our business stands on. And we're being rewarded for that with a free cruise. Like, even if you like go all the way, like, I'm going to earn this cruise, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to like all of the things, and you miss it, you still will have grown your business 1000%, because these are the 4 things that grow our business. So if you go for the cruise, like balls to the walls is what wants to come out of my mouth, but I'm trying not to say it. Like, just go for it, right? Go for the cruise, and you miss, your business is still going to have grown by the end of August, by the end of this contest. And you're going to be really glad that you did it. And when you're laying on that cruise ship, like hanging out with your husband or your friend, I love that you just said that. Well, I'm glad it's recorded too, so that's great. Hanging out with your friend, like enjoying the cruise and just like loving life. Like, you are going to be so glad that you decided today on May 4th. If you didn't decide on May 1st, decide now on May 4th that you're going to go for it, that you're going to focus on these 4 pillars of your business, that you are going to earn a cruise. It's simple. Show up for people, right? What we do is simple. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's hard and it's scary and all of these things because our mind gets in the way, but it's really simple. Show up for people, take care of people, care about people. Don't be a weirdo, love on people, and share these products, because what we have is a gift and we get to offer it to the world. So go do that with boldness and confidence. I hope that this call was helpful. I hope that you're feeling inspired and ready to go earn yourself a cruise. And I'm excited to see all of you. If you have not Googled, I don't even know how you say it. Labadee, is that how you say it? No idea. Anyway, Brianna, how do I say it? You've probably done the pronunciation Google.
Yeah, Labadee. Labadee.
Labadee. Okay. Anyway, they have the longest zip line in the world, you guys. It looks really cool. Like really, really cool. Go Google it. It looks fun. Maybe that'll get you excited. I hope you guys all have a good night. Now I have to figure out how to record this. Oh, I'm going to stop the recording.